Galamad. Galamad on Wednesday.
So tell me the story real quick. What the
I
fuck
don't know,
is this
some
stupid
shit
name?
about him. He's in college, and Galamad's like a name for calamari, and he always had calamari on Wednesdays. It was an incredibly, just ridiculously lame.
I was just playing. I was praying you would shut the fuck up because this story is terrible.
Oh, can you imagine
I
when
thought
he
you
was
had a
telling
better
me it?
story. I thought this was gonna be like,
God, no,
like Galamad is like a
thank
bukkake.
God I
It's
don't
like a bukkake, and he had these girls in the college dorm, and he was banging them, and like this is terrible.
It's literally about like delivery,
about food
delivery
All right.
or some shit. Yeah.
Alex,
I never
love
wanted to have
you.
a handgun more
You did
in
a
my
great
life.
job at my party, bartending. Please, for our friendship, for our respect for one another, change your fucking name. This is terrible. This just got worse.
We love you, Alex.
Galamad on Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays.
So let's just say Alex and Danny's son, number one, the first. You know, once again, Kamara went. He didn't take Zeke. He hadn't been signed yet. He went with Christian McCaffrey. Pretty much everybody's doing the same thing at this stage of the season. Even though that day, everybody was saying he's going to sign. Like they're together. There was a lot of hype that this weekend it would get done, and it wound up getting done.
But if the ink's not on the paper, you cannot take Zeke over those top three. The top three is still set.
So there you go. So thank you for not doing it, by the way. But so you took McCaffrey, came back around, boom, Mike Evans, love it. He's going usually early, middle, second. You got him at the end of the second. It's either him or Keenan Allen. I think it's an easy choice. Mike Evans, Bruce Arians. You like the pick? Yeah, it's no brainer. Coming back around, you took George Kittle. Your brother had just taken Damian Williams. Fournette was sitting there for you. I'm not a Fournette guy. I think he's got potential, but he's got so much downside. You went with Kittle, which is interesting because he took him over Ertz. Ertz has got a lot of company, right?
I've been seeing
Kittle
that.
doesn't.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
So I like it. I actually like the vision there. I think that that shows that you're paying attention to what's going on because Ertz was a monster last year. Kittle obviously set a lot of records, but so Kittle's the pick. We like the pick. You could have won Keenan Allen or Fournette, but you already had a receiver. So okay, so now you have he's got a great running back, great receiver.
He's got a top,
He's got a top 5 receiver, top 3 tight end, and a top 3.
And this could be
running
the year. I mean, this could be the year that having one of those top 3 tight ends gives you a huge advantage.
True.
Because all the guys that are kind of after them are guys that we all are essentially thinking this is what they could do. But we don't know it yet. So we don't know. We haven't seen O.J. Howard, Evan Ingram, with the injuries. Hunter Henry obviously missing all last year. Right. So it's a lot of speculation of what these guys could be. If you can definitely have one of those top 3 guys,
100%,
you should in most weeks possibly have a pretty big advantage at that position.
Woo. 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 All right, so
comes around.
So he comes around with Sean Watson
in the 4th.
You gotta love him after those trades, man. Tunsil comes in.
Championship.
Yeah, I mean, Tunsil comes in, Stills comes in. They give some security to the whole Fuller Coute disaster, and I love it. I love the pick. It's early, still early for a quarterback, but it's 2 rounds after Mahomes went. He's the clear number 2 in my opinion. So anyway, now you have a top 2 quarterback, top 3 at least. And already we said that about his other position.
Yeah, we see what he's up to.
So all right, so he's got 1 at every position. Comes back around, takes Cooper Kupp. Receivers that were on the board: T.Y. Hilton, Alshon Jeffrey, DJ Moore, Landry. I like the pick. I think that he's got his favorite guy. Woods obviously did really well in his absence, and I think Woods will be fine. But Kupp was his guy.
Absolutely,
he's his 3rd down guy. He's his red zone guy. He loves Kupp. So anyway, I like the pick. Now he's got 2 good receivers, and he's got the tight end, quarterback, and running back. Coming back around now.
Well, hold on. Okay. I think we do have to just quickly hit pause here and pay attention to the fact that in the 5th round, when he takes Kupp, he only has the 1 running back.
He's got 1 running back, right. He could have taken Mac.
So now we have to, was it smart? Now I'm starting to think, I mean, with as deep as...
Receiver
and you
didn't
didn't have to finish drafts to know how deep wide receiver was this year. If you've been paying attention, if you've been doing mocks, you should have known that wide receiver is very deep. So in my opinion, I don't think Cooper Kupp
he was a bed shitter
is going to give him so much of an advantage at wide receiver too that it made sense to prioritize him over a guy like Tevin Coleman. Marlon Mack.
I mean, I've never seen Marlon Mack in the 5th round. I mean, in the middle of the 5th like this. So not quite the middle, but yeah. So this is a bed shitting right here. I didn't realize it till Brian said it, and I quickly glanced to the next round, and that's when you realize how bad this mistake was. Right. Cooper Kupp, once again, going back to what we said about our boy Cruz, not a bad pick.
Right.
I mean, not a bad player, but when you're up, what do you need? What's available? Oh my God, there's 10 receivers I love. And there's only 2 running backs, and I'm not up again for a long time. So that's the pick where you have to take Marlon Mack. Or if you have a good feeling by Duke Johnson or Coleman, I wouldn't crucify him.
Max,
I think Max
to pick.
So you didn't take Mac. You paid for it drastically in the next round. Now today, news is out on Kenyon Drake. He's their starter. He's going to get lots of touches, they say. He's the most talented guy on our roster. And he catches the ball much better than Balaj. Balaj had like 7 catches last year. So this guy is, and it's the worst team in the NFL. They are now officially, after the trade with the Texans, the worst team, much worse than the Redskins even, which is hard to say. So they're going to be coming from behind. Drake will catch his balls. I don't know about touchdowns because I don't know when they're going to really score, but he could take it to the house as he did against New England on that crazy play last year. But as your number 2, nobody can be excited about Drake as your 2. Now, if he would have taken Mac the previous round and wrapped around with Drake as his 3, look, he could have still taken in the next round the guy he got, Ridley, Allen Robinson, A.J. Green, a lot of receivers, man.
Sanders,
so,
the Westbrook,
Cooper Kupp
Sammy Watkins, Christian Kirk.
One mistake. We were talking about our other draft. You guys don't know, but our other draft, just make one mistake here, one mistake here. They are big when you make a mistake. So anyway, this
he's on his way. He's on his way, like we talked about.
Yeah,
with those first 4 picks, I mean, he's just nailing it. He's grabbing a top guy, potentially like a top 5 guy at every position.
And then he just got carried away. He saw Cup. He likes Cup, and
now he's left a weakness to his team,
which is not. He would not have had weakness. You're right. If he takes Mac, he has no weakness. Right. And any receivers he gets later on, who gives a shit? They're all this. They're all good. They're Christian Kirks of the world. They're down 2 rounds later. So anyway. Kenyon Drake, number 2 running back. Christian Caffrey, 205 pounds, gets lots of hits. Worried about him.
Drake's not the epitome of health. The guy just missed time with an injury. And look, I get it. The whole volume argument, I understand it, but at the same time, you want touchdowns. You want scoring opportunities. 100%. So, okay, I'm going to hope on all those dump-off passes, like adding up to points. And they do a little bit.
Right.
But out of your RB2, you're at least hoping that there's a chance for that 24, 27-point type night.
100%. And you're hoping it turns into an RB1.
Touchdowns, right, exactly. I just think Drake, he's RB2, like that's his ceiling.
That's his ceiling, right.
Right, he had an okay game. He caught, 6 passes for X amount of yards, got me like a 16. Okay. Right. So it's not horrible to have that as your RB2, but you certainly want the upside. You look at a guy like Marlon Mack, who is going to be, from everything that they were saying, that they want to get him involved in the passing game. He's going to get the goal lines. And if Brissett has taken a step forward, let's, don't forget the offense around him is still
he's got a lot of weapons.
Good.
A lot more weapons than they've had. Yeah.
You look at the Dolphins.
Oh, my God.
If you're a defensive coordinator right now, what are you doing?
You put an 8-man box.
No, I'll just stop
Kenyon Drake. Yeah.
I'll stop Kenyon Drake.
You put your fastest guy as a shadow, and you put 8-man in the box, and you blitz the shit out of Fitzmagic. Yeah.
Right.
All right, so Drake was a mistake. It cost you significantly, in our opinion. You could have had Mac if you want to take him. Or you winds up with Breida a couple rounds later. Let's get to that. So we come to round 7, you take Calvin Ridley. Like the pick. You have Kittle, so you didn't really need Jared Cook. I would have been sick if you took Jared Cook there. But anyway, you went with Ridley. I have no problem with that. Matt Ryan, high-powered offense. It's round 7. I mean, after that, what was there? There was A.J. Green. If you wanted to wait, Allen Robinson, who we don't really know if he's going to take the next step from his ACL. Manuel Sanders, Sterling Shepard, Westbrook, Kirk. He took Ridley. Okay.
I actually like most. I almost like every single guy in the 8th round more than I do Ridley. But receiver wise, but yeah.
Mike Williams, wow, that's the guy I probably would have grabbed. I didn't realize he was the
maybe an asshole.
Oh, I got him. I'm in so many leagues. Mike Williams.
Yeah, you got him. Yeah.
Oh, my God, I'm having a flashback now.
I can't wait for Matt Ryan to be MVP
All right, so Calvin Ridley, then he comes around in the 8th round, and he takes Matt Breida. I thought that was a very smart pick because of the fact that he had Drake.
Better now.
Then he comes back around with Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman is probably behind Lindsey, but it could be a 60-40, 50-50. And he's the between the tackles preferred choice. They put a lot of draft capital. So I like that pick too. I like the 2, Breida and Royce. It doesn't quite make up for not taking Mac, but you're getting there. Now you're starting to put bodies together.
He's back to making some good picks.
Yeah, you're making good picks again. James Washington in the 10th round. I'm not really a big James Washington guy, but you know what? Somebody's got to be the 2 there, and if it turns out to be him, we know that Big Ben throws a whole lot of passes. So
and all he's got to do is beat Dante Moncrief.
Yeah, which is the guy's
and supposedly
he's from Haiti.
He's outplayed him like in
Moncrief's
camp and
from
stuff.
Haiti.
So
Washington's from Africa. You want the guy from Africa, not the guy from Haiti. It's like an imitation black.
Because
you don't want that
because 60% of the time it works every time.
All right, coming back around, Balaj, right? You know,
wrap up that Miami backfield.
Yeah, it's a prize backfield. You know, you didn't take Justice Hill there. Right. I applaud you for that. Thank you. I want to give you a hug. No, coming back around, I like this pick a lot. Valdez Scantling.
Yeah.
You didn't take Allison at a point we told you probably should have. This is a good pick.
Listen, the draft in our big league draft, I think he went before Allison.
Yeah, no,
and the whole thing is because nobody knows. It's all speculation. Nobody's quite sure who's going to be that solidified number 2. But look, you got one of them. You got a 50% chance. So.
Yeah, I like it. I like the pick. Coming back around, you take the Vikings defense. Whatever. I'm not going to talk about defenses anymore. You took one of the better defenses. You could have taken Greg Olson. You could have taken a tight end. I guess you're feeling really confident.
He has no backup tight end, and he has no backup quarterback.
Yeah, so I mean, listen. But the thing that he's thinking, and this is what I do too. If I do reach for a top tight end or a top quarterback, I do wait much longer. Yeah. But we are getting pretty.
But I was and that's my thing. I'm not looking at the tight ends, but I'm definitely thinking maybe a backup quarterback.
Yeah. So
to me, that's more valuable than a defense that we don't. Again, like we talked about with defenses, we don't know.
Well, somebody dropped Jimmy Garoppolo in this league. I dropped Derek Carr the next day. So we both of those two teams went with one quarterback. He's got Deshaun Watson. So if anybody's gonna go with one quarterback, Deshaun Watson is firming up the offensive line with Tunsil. A little less worried about him. And if he gets hurt, you go out to the waiver wire, pick up Jimmy G, Derek Carr, one of those guys.
Yeah, I guess
probably not the end of the world.
Well, Josh Allen was still out there, so
Josh Allen.
You saw like Maximus last year, leave the draft with Deshaun and Mahomes, and Mahomes ends up being the better value. I'm not saying Josh Allen's going to be better than Deshaun, but I'm saying
right. I get you.
You would have two potentially high upside guys. All right. You know my thoughts on defense. I'll let it go.
No, like I said, I don't like the defense there either, but whatever. It's the 13th. It's getting towards the end.
Right.
You take the Vikings, comes around with one of the better kickers, the New England kicker, Gutskowski, no problem, whatever. Coming back in the 15th, he takes Damian Harris, the running back, heir apparent to Michelle, the backup to Michelle. Pick. I like the pick. It's late. Anything happens to Michelle, he's had some issues with his knee. A lot of issues. They took Damian Harris in the 3rd round because they were worried about his knee.
I think his
knee
is
if he goes down,
duct tape right now.
Yeah, if he goes down, Harris on that team. That's a great pick at that late. I'm shocked he was still there. And then Jordan Scarlett. Hey, you backed up McCaffrey. We were talking about that on our podcast.
Smart pick.
You got to back up McCaffrey. He's 205 pounds. So smart pick. The only thing we had to say here is Cooper Kupp instead of Mack, and then Kenyon Drake. Other than that, it's a good draft. It's a good team. It ranks high. We'll talk about that later. But change your name before the next time I see you. That's my only request.
Right. There's no way he's winning a championship with that name.
Galamad.
We're trying to do you a favor here. Yeah. Can you imagine that name going on a trophy?
No.
It's just not going to happen.
The trophy people would say, sorry, find another company.
Our commissioners would never allow it.
Yeah. Nobody would allow it. It'd be a disgrace.